Raven with 5 Star Ortho Lab and Supply, and today we're going to be discussing reverse curve of SPI wires. They're also known as RCS wires or rocking chair wires. At 5 Star, all of ours are preformed with a straight leg to prevent the molars from dumping, but sometimes it can be a little tricky to figure out which way you need to insert the wire in order to achieve the results that you want, so we're going to go over a couple of demonstrations.
All right, so let's say we wanted to correct a deep bite. We can use the table to check ourselves and make sure we're inserting the wire properly. So for the lower arch, if we're trying to correct a deep bite, you would want the wire to be touching the table in the front and in the back, and you'd want it to be lifted in the center. And we can check what it's going to do to the teeth by passively inserting it into the buccal tubes. So as we can see, if we insert the wire this way, it's going to intrude the incisors and extrude the premolars. And you'd also want to make sure that you figure 8 steel ligate from cuspid to cuspid. That way we aren't dumping any teeth forward. For the upper arch with the same issue, a deep bite, we would want this wire to look the opposite. So now we're going to want it to be lifted in the front and back and touching the table in the middle. And again, we can check ourselves by inserting the wire into the buccal tubes. And as you can see, if we insert it this way, we're going to intrude the incisors, extrude the premolars. All right, so for the opposite issue, if we've got an open bite, we would want to insert the wires the opposite direction. So this time on the lower arch, we want our wire lifted in the front and the back and touching the table in the center. So if we check ourselves, we can see that this would extrude our incisors and intrude the premolars. All right, and if we've got an open bite and want to insert the wire on the upper arch, this time we want the wire to be touching the table in the front and in the back, and lifted in the center. So now if we check ourselves, that would extrude our incisors and intrude our premolars.
If you've got any other questions, you can give me a call or email me, and I'll be here to help you.